I have no idea if this is a widely held opinion or something that is unique to me. I mean, obviously not unique, but a minority opinion in my journey to spade all the vehicles in War Thunder: tanks, planes, boats, ships, which I guess are still boats. For a very short term goal, I'm trying to get all of my tanks out of rank 1. That's just something to check a box that, of course, will get unchecked once they add more, in which case I'll say, thank you, Gaijin. I love more vehicles. I'll spade those too. So lately, I've been playing a lot of rank 1 tanks, and I gotta say, I feel like Sweden has the best lineup for rank 1 tanks in all of War Thunder. Now, I do want to acknowledge that there is a possibility that my feelings on these tanks are slightly tainted by the fact that I might be getting, slowly, a little better War Thunder. I mean, if you look at, well, you can't see it, but if you could have seen the way I played when I started off rank 1 USA, all I did was finish the tutorial on how to drive forward and how to shoot bot tanks that drive in a straight row. Obviously, I did quite poorly once I got into real games. Through some absolute heroes in the Sir Mediocre Discord, I have learned a lot about working through a match, not being quite as reckless, being a little more patient, so it's possible that those lessons have carried into my War Thunder play, and me now playing the Swedish tanks with that mindset is making me more effective, thereby making me think this is a better lineup. But no, honestly, I don't think any nation at rank 1 in tanks has a better combination of protection, firepower, and mobility that Sweden does, and what I've got here is a set of matches I was playing while waiting for a group to come together on Discord. And I know I played a bit of Sweden before because I'm just past the reserve tanks, and I don't think they were particularly that impressive. I took kind of a long layoff from them. I came back, and all of a sudden, I'm in the upper half, all the way up to number 1 of the team in one of these matches, which is a huge step forward. So let's go through these. And full disclosure, this is not going to be an exhaustive rundown of every Swedish rank 1 tank. I don't think you guys care about that, and I don't have the knowledge for it, frankly. Some of the reserve ones I used were not even that impressive. This is just the ones that I had fun with in this set of matches that made me say, this country's got it together. So we start off with this T-28. It's a tank that many of us know. I don't think it's anything special, but it's really quick, has a good number of crew. Now, it's a big target, and of course the protection is a bit lackluster, but we all know tanks are glass cannons, fragile little babies, shouldn't get shot anyway, unless you're playing, of course, the heavily armored Russian tanks. What is it, KV-1? Yeah, those things are crazy. I started off this match in the T-28, did pretty well. Not a tank that I love, but definitely one of my better early performances. Then I switched into the IKV-72, which I'm not a huge fan of tank destroyers in general. I don't like anything where you can't easily rotate the turret, but this one's pretty quick, and unlike a lot of tank destroyers that I struggle with, this one reloads really fast. Open top, of course, means I'm incredibly vulnerable, especially to planes who just love to shoot me because I am always out in the open. But this is still a fine vehicle, and again, as far as tank destroyers go, very fast while still retaining some power. And then you get the big, beautiful, beefy, boxy BT-42. Now, I know I've seen this tank a lot, and I never really recognized which nation it belonged to. My technologies are not quite up to snuff, obviously, but when I hopped into this thing, I said, how in the world is this going to work? It's a light tank with a crazy profile and very confusing ammunition. Now, when I say confusing, please understand, despite playing as many hours as I have, I still really don't understand well ammunition types. I just lightly understand what penetration charts look like and what explosions look like in the diagram. So when I look at the options here, I think this is the kind of ammo that isn't going to do much against tanks. How am I going to take this big, boxy beast and be any kind of effective against the tanks? Well, good news is I found out in very short order that at least the tank I was shooting at, it does just fine against it. I had a great time with this vehicle. I support it. It's cool looking. It's fun. I would use it again. And I think as I unlock more ammo types, it's going to be even better. Now this one, do people really call it the Pvlvv? I always call it Swedish anti-air. This thing has been an absolute menace against me. I cannot tell you how many times I've been driving around in rank 1 paper armor tank and just getting taken out by someone camping on the side and said, ah, damn, it's that Swedish anti-air again. and I finally drive the thing that's been torturing me for so long. I don't do as well as some people that have been sniping me, but I also don't play the style that maybe I should to be effective. And this could be a fault of mine, but I do have a problem just parking behind some random corner and waiting an entire match, hoping someone drives by that I could, well, I'm going to say it, someone that I could cheap shot. It's powerful. I've actually gotten a few plane kills with this, and that's always exciting. I've taken out a few tanks, and obviously I have a hard time with those with heavier armor. But it's fast. It's got a painfully low ammo count, but aside from that, it's a vehicle that I do like. Now, the Strv M40, this thing is an absolute unit. It's a tank that may be the thing that finally breaks my dislike of tank destroyers. I mean, I have never been in one that can take this kind of a beating, dish out this kind of damage, and still reload fairly quickly. I mean, I was facing 2 tanks, they saw me, I took out one. Number 2, its life was seconds away from ending, not even seconds, like 1 second, and the only thing that stopped me was a bomb being dropped directly on top of me. I love this thing, I'm a huge fan. I hope to see more of these Strvs in the future, and actually in a different match, I think it was rank 2, I was playing as Germany. I went up against some kind of Strv with a massive cannon that reloaded in like 2 seconds flat, blew me to smithereens. I want to use that one day. And then finally making use of the SPJ, FM43, 44, someone hilariously strapped the biggest gun I have ever seen on a set of tracks and just rolled it out. I mean, it's comical. I love it. I only got to use a little bit of it because my team was playing really, really well, and we were running through enemies so quickly that we won the match. What a terrible curse, right? This was the last thing I brought out. I'm already a big fan. It's rounding out my Swedish rank 1 pretty nicely for me so far. And that is my current rundown of Swedish rank 1 tanks as I move forward and then plan to run out the rest. I'll have some more thoughts on the other ones. I might revisit USA, like I said, now that I have a little more experience in my belt. But in the Swedish tanks, I love me, Sir Mediocre himself. I can finish number 1 in a match. Absolutely unheard of. And is that because of Swedish tanks? Maybe is the definitive answer. Honestly, it was much more due to my team members and their amazing spotting and support and close air support than anything else. It's been a blast. Rank 1 is a lot of fun, obviously, because the research goes crazy fast, so it still feels like I'm making a lot of progress on the absurd gauntlet I threw down on Sunday about spading all vehicles. But if you want to join along, shoot alongside me, laugh when I do something extremely oblivious, then please join the Discord and fight alongside me. Help me get that research faster, because that is all we have for today, my friends. It's the end of today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you can subscribe, please do so. If not, I'm sure I'll still see you next time. This is Mediocre Thunder, signing off.